Hey, welcome everyone to Mystics Outlook. We got Raymond Lyons here, Wilson Tarpe Jr., Washington Mystics, and the Atlanta Dream. Seems like every time these two teams play, it's been kind of nuts. Washington taking one. The last time they played, we saw Atlanta had their way with Washington. In this one, Atlanta goes up early. Washington with a crazy rally, huge night from Shakira Austin. And then Washington has a chance to tie it up with 1/10 of a second left on the clock. Brittany Sykes gets fouled, attempting a three. She's been amazing this year at getting to the free throw line, and she only missed one free throw this game. It happened to be one of those three, and Washington is not able to get into overtime, so they fall 92-91. But prior to that, Washington had, Ray, I want to get your thoughts on some of the decisions, some of the things that happened down the stretch that may have cost Washington before we even get to, the three free throws at the very, very end of the game.
Man, the turnovers, they ran like 3 or 4 consecutive fast breaks that ended in disaster. They got to clean that stuff up, man. That's been their Achilles heel all season, to be perfectly honest. And like you always say, it's not just the fact they're turning the ball over, it's when and how. Like those live ball turnovers that immediately get going the other way. I mean, it puts a halt to everything you're building and snatches away your momentum. So they gotta fix that. And also, man, at stretches their defense was kind of concerning for me. They typically, especially to this team, have had troubles defending the 3-point line. And I mean, Atlanta, they shot 36% tonight, which was a decent clip, but it seemed like the Mystics were getting beat baseline a whole lot tonight. And that just causes problems because it's hard to help. And if you do help, then it's an easy read for the ball handler. Like we saw a lot of times they would go baseline and just dump it off to the middle of the lane for a layup, or they would kick it to the corner for a three, or even still if they kick it to the corner, Mystics rotate one more pass, and it's another wide open shot. So I don't know what that was about, man. Or to be just an unenthused closeout and somebody just gets around them, and then you're in scramble mode, and the Dream are converting those plays. So man, just a few things that went wrong that led to the 1-point loss. As you saw, they rallied super hard and put themselves in position. Then Slim fell victim to the announcer's jinx. I knew as soon as she brought up the fact that she hadn't missed yet, she was going to miss. So shout out to you, Dream play-by-play person, like that. But on the series though, man, Slim, she was awesome tonight. Shakira had a career game, but the Dream's balance. All 5 starters were in double figures. Nas Hillman and Nia Coffey were sniffing double figures off the bench. And Tina Popeye had 7 as well. So, it was just it was a group project tonight for the Dream. And they had just enough to skate out of there with a win.
Yeah, I think that was the difference you talked about. Coffee and Hillman. It felt like in the first half, it felt like they got most of their work done in the first half. I know that wasn't the case, but that's what it felt like. Nas hit two threes, and that was during a portion of the game. I think that was in the first quarter where, like, Washington got through the first quarter with neither Howard or Gray scored a bucket, and couldn't fully. In that situation, I tell you before the game, hey, Washington's going to play in first quarter. They're going to keep the 2 most dangerous women on the court for Atlanta scoreless. You're hoping, a nice cushion was built. Instead, because of Atlanta's depth and like you said, it being a group project, which it was, Atlanta got out that quarter up too. Then he took a little bit more control going into the half. And a hell of a rally by Washington. Their fourth quarter was excellent. Outside of just the last maybe 2 minutes, some of the decisions in the turnovers, I felt bad for Emily Inkster late in the game, where the near turnover to Jade, then the actual turnover to Alicia Gray. You know what I'm saying? That was just a rough possession. We've seen, how many times, I know you said this several times this year. I think we were like, 8 games in. It's like they can easily be what the record would be if during those moments of a game, different decision might have been made or the team handled those moments better, what the record would be. And that was what I was thinking during those moments late in this one was those are the missed opportunities that could come back and hurt you. Those are the moments when a game can slip away where you worked hard to get it. Like they stormed back into this game. Though Sonia Citron was great in that second half. And again, you mentioned Shakira, but not being able to get the ball inside on one of those last couple possessions hurt. Shakira really had it going. And I'm sure I'm taking a wild guess that botched play, the ball was going to eventually get inside. But we never got to see what may have happened because Washington had success tonight, especially Shakira, 13 and 17 from the floor. Atlanta did not have an answer for her at all. And points in the paint, Washington outscored Atlanta in the paint 52-40. So a couple of those possessions that were lost, imagine they get the ball in the paint. There's a great chance. Obviously, we don't know that Washington scored. There's a great chance they end up at the free throw line. And in spite of everything that happened, they still had a chance to force OT. But I'm just more focused on they had an opportunity to win this in regulation before the Sykes free throws. With what they did, they had a stretch. Was that a stretch in the fourth quarter where Atlanta didn't have a field goal for like 4 minutes? Like you do that on the road, got to capitalize. And again, what one of the youngest teams in the league, yada yada yada. We've heard that, whatever. No matter the broadcast team, we've heard that. That said, a hell of a missed opportunity in this one. Could have been coming back a little bit closer to 500 instead. No, they got the game on Dallas. Game against Dallas on Sunday. But Atlanta's tough. Just I keep walking away from that, regardless of who Atlanta's playing. We both watch the league as a whole, and just Atlanta's tough as hell. And you had a great opportunity to take your second game from Atlanta this year, and you weren't able to. They're just tough as hell, man. One on the glass, had more offensive rebounds. Like, oh man. 5 missed free throws in a 1-point game.
Always the little things, man. It adds up.
It definitely does. All right, man. Got to ask you. And I saw the comments, guys. We're going to get to y'all, I promise. As always, appreciate you. Player of the game. Again, I just have to ask.
Yeah, Alicia Gray. I mean, like she comes up big whenever they need them. Like I was surprised when they said she only had 18. Like that's the loudest 18-point game I've ever seen in my life. Just like she hit a 3 in the middle of a Mystics push, and then late in the game, she had a tough mid-range thing to push it to 5. And then her defense, she had a couple deflections and steals that were just like you thinking that's about to be a pass that leads to a bucket, and she using her length and gets her arms in there, gets the tip, and that thing's headed the other way. So yeah, man, it's just her overall impact gets her to 9 tonight.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And I was gonna say that duo, they have 2 of the louder scorers in the league, which is it's rare to have one. You got 2 over where their 15 feels like 25 sometimes in a close game because of when. We talk about the turnovers, because of when. That tough bucket you talk about by Alicia is like driving right off the glass, almost falling out of bounds. It's a hell of a tough shot to hit. As a team, the Mystics are literally trying to walk you down. It's a hell of a shot to hit. She's the one that got the steal during that moment for Engstler, that bad moment for Engstler. She's the one that gets the steal. And again, she had 32 last week. Like Washington's had an issue with her, and she's having a hell of a year. But those 2, again, Atlanta's just hell to deal with, man. X factor for you.
This one's a little bit tougher, man, given the all around contributions up and down the roster. Gotta go with Jordan Canada, man. Ryan had a tough shooting night, 3 for 11. Still ended up with 13 because she got to the line, but Jordan Canada, man, she 4 for 7 from the field, 11 points, 4 assists, 2 steals. She is what she gives the dream what the Mystics need. And like at times she's just able to settle things down and then get everybody in a good spot. I think that made a difference tonight. Because yeah, there were times the Dream was in control of the game for most of it, but there were times when the Mystics were on the heels, and then Jordan Canada just kind of steadies the ship a little bit, and Atlanta was able to get something good out of it.
I can't even get mad at that pick. I went with Nia Hillman. Those two were big in this one. While your two big guns weren't operating at their normal level, those bench points in a 1 point game, that was huge in this one. And then I guess I gotta say Nia Hillman, Pow Pow, like those three were huge in this one. Again, it's the game's decided by 1 point. If the bench have quieter nights, maybe Washington wins regardless of the free throw situation, regardless of the turnover situation. But was that 17, 26 bench points from them? That's big at that. Like that's huge for them. In a 1 point game, and Washington was not able to match that in this game. They had 9 off the bench, so it's a little tough. All right, we'll get to some of these comments. Again, Washington's at home on Sunday, hosting the Dallas Wings. Area 11T. Are these coaches supposed to be good? Because I'm ready for them to go already. Rotations are horrible. So we have not reached game 15. We are already calling for coaches. You just take a deep breath. First year coach, young team. Man, just woosah early on, man. It's going to be okay. Ray, did you have any comment?
Nah, not really, man. Like you said, it's just a new situation for everybody involved. And I mean, they're not perfect, but that's a little bit of the reason why they're not perfect. Like it's like everybody's walking into this, fresh. So yeah, man, we gotta figure out. Just give them some time to figure out. I think things will kind of work themselves out naturally.
Yeah, I would just again. This was game. This is game 13. I had to look at the header. It's the 13th game of the regular season. Let's maybe like game 25 or something. We could talk about that closer to game 30, maybe. But I appreciate
Hey,
the
let's get the All-Star break at least before we start calling people jobs.
like even questioning. Just let's add 15 or so more games, man. All big should be playing, not named. Also to play Emily at the 3. Emily has been playing at the 3 at times this season. We've talked about that a little bit. So I think it's something that we're giving more time. We'll continue to see it. I just think that rotation with the bigs, I think we touched on this a little while ago too. I think that's we're going to just have to watch this shake out. Like Shakira just got back and was this her second game as a starter. Like, I just think that's going to be something where, again, maybe, would you say, Ray, All-Star break? We have a great idea what that rotation looks like for the bigs and what's the best and everything else. I just still think it's kind of early. And day one of asking someone to tell us to try to be aggressive with playing downhill. Ray, this is all you.
Again, man, please hold off all judgments until at least mid-season. But no, I mean that's something I think we've talked about that regarding her throughout the season to this point. I mean, it's just an adjustment she's going to have to continue to make. She has been getting a little more aggressive and confident in that area. Like I think, like the first preseason game, like her first possession, she kind of turned down the shot, but then after that, it wasn't a second thought. I just think this getting downhill thing and is a next step in her progression, and she's slowly turning that corner. Like it's a rookie year, man. Um, I have no doubt that she'll continue to get better and address the things she needs to address to round out her game.
Yeah, I think it's happening in real time, a little bit, little by little. Like we've seen over the past couple
Hmm.
games, different crafty finishes, getting downhill. I think they're in the bag. It's just, hey man, this this is the pros. Got to figure out how to get those things off.
Yeah.
Here, uh, for example, in this game, you got 6'8", 6'9" BG down there. All floaters aren't equal when the center is 6'9". It's a little different. Little, it's just different dealing with those things. I do think she's gradually trying to figure it out, like you said. Ballers Nature podcast again. Appreciate y'all for the comments. Normally, Kiki's really dominant. Today, she didn't do what she normally does. You think the Missy is going to continue to come shy of the win without a true PG?
Yeah, I mean, Kiki, she's just going through her rookie ups and downs. You know, like Cardell says a lot that if you start making noise, that scouting report starts to catch up. I think teams are paying a little bit more attention to her now, and are going to they're going to start limiting what she does well, and she's got to adjust. So yeah, that's going to be on her. And of course, I have no doubt she's going to put the work in. And yeah, the point guard thing has to be addressed. I think we're pretty vocal about that every chance we get, but things take time. But yeah, that's a big hindrance to them maximizing their potential right now.
11. See how trying to Kiki get over these struggles they're starting to have will tell us a lot about these coaches because teams are figuring them out. I think the scout report is true for first time head coaches too. Like they're going through that too, what they're running, how people are dealing with it, how they're responding to it. Again, 10, 15 more games. When I have an idea to see how everyone's responding to this. But yeah, we've seen this in a couple times over like a couple games with Kiki. Now, for the beginning, maybe 5 games in, she's allowed to catch the ball, take a couple dribbles in the post, make a move. She catches
They
that ball
swarming
now.
now.
That ball gets
coming.
bounced one time. Tis a dope.
They coming. Because you can't allow her to operate 1-on-1. As soon as she face up, you pretty much done for. So they just not allowing her that space for her to get comfortable. So
my fault. I was just saying that we've seen her responding kind of a little bit where she's even turning facing now and taking that little face up jumper. She's a little bit quicker to do so now, knowing that if I take too long, they're on the way. And that goes for Sonya too. It was cool at the beginning. Oh, it's a rookie. She can shoot. Yeah, all right. No, the airspace not there. There's no, yeah, all right. Like, seems like there's a great chance that is going in. How about no? No. Let's get her into the water she's still trying to figure out because they got out to a good start. They have made impacts like everyone Washington's had. Those two have had they've played a role in it, right? They're good problems to have. That said, Washington still has to do a better job closing out games, even with everything going on, because their record could be better than it is. I'm sure everyone can agree to that. Is Kiki and Sonya in the Rookie of the Year conversation? It's early. I don't see why not.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, they're 2 of the most productive rookies in the league. They got to be in there.
Kiki got to be more patient on that shot. Yeah, and I think again, I know you're gonna be sick of me tonight, Area 11T. 10 to 15 more games, we're gonna see how she deals with all that, with the poise and the rhythm in which she's able to play out of knowing when to take that shot, when to play through it. Like we've seen Shakira kind of get her timing back. We saw a lot of it. We saw everything in this game from Shakira, and we saw that's kind of been building, right? Her getting her timing and getting comfortable in her space or whatever, and she's had growth over the years, little by little too. So I just think it's going to happen over time. That said, Dallas beat Connecticut tonight, so Dallas will be coming into DC on Sunday, fresh off a W. So just want to throw that out there, and then we will see you guys after Sunday's game. Appreciate y'all as always. Y'all enjoy the rest of your Friday evening.